Hello everyone, welcome back to the Artisan of Glimmith, the Pure Logic playthrough. We're on episode 26 this week to solve 247 puzzles so far. We are in the forest trailhead section, which so far we haven't, this is not introducing new rules, this is just combining rules together, making sure that we do understand. And we're getting to the point where most of the puzzles are of the more difficult variety, which is when it actually gets fun. Because the logic becomes very, very beautiful. All right, so we're making regions. Each region must have a circle in it, and we cannot skip these 1x3s as having regions connecting together. So let's do a real quick math. Circles 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13. So there are exactly 13 regions. Let's look at the 1x3s. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12. 12 1x3s. So each of these 1x3s will take exactly one circle, and there will be one circle remaining that's going to take the rest of the board. And I want to think about what that means. We're going to have, because there's a grand total of 110, and only 36, 3 times 12 of these go to the threes. And then the rest of it is one ginormous, massive region. And I can tell you, this is the circle for the big, massive region. How do I know that? It's because it cannot connect to any of the polyominoes. So this is the super massive region. And it's going to have to cover the entire board in a continuous fashion. It's going to have to grow and grow and grow. This is either going to take that or that. And it's going to, and once we decide that, it's going to force a lot of issues, because now this thing's going to have to start weaving in and out. I'm going to have to start doing stuff like this, where I'm just kind of weaving around the board, finding ways to do it. So once we start getting some disambiguation between, is it this direction or this direction, because one of those is true, then this will start forcing its way out and about through the puzzle. Let's get our colors turned on so we have some. So that's that all being said. Now let's look at how this plays out in practical terms. Question. This has to either be this or this, right? Because each of these 1x3s has to be in a region, and each region must have a circle. So each of these must connect. So this circle must connect, because this is the one that doesn't connect to any of the polyominoes. We know that there's no polyomino. So this one does have to connect. So it's either going to be here or here. And this creates a separate region that is bad. So this is the forced way. This is going to be super mega region, and I'm going to start drawing super mega region as we get some visibility to it. And it's going to have to do some stuff like this. It's going to have to grow out. This is going to come down. Now this one, I don't know if it which way it grows, but this blue region and this yellow region are, let me see if I can get them to be somewhat the same color. That's close. Just so we can know that super mega region is over here. Now this is also part of super mega region back here, and it's going to have to grow. This has to connect. This is not part of a region, so that means it's part. This is all part of super mega region. This is part of super mega region. This is part of super mega region. Okay. This is part of super mega region. Actually, we can go around the entire outside there. That is all super mega region. This is all super mega region. Because there's the circles and the threes have to connect to each other. They never extend beyond the back. So back here, let me just draw this like this and then get rid of that. This is part of super mega region. That's part of super mega region. This, I don't know, because it could be here. This is part of super mega region. And the key here is super mega region has to be able to connect. So we can't ever do something that cuts off the ability for super mega region to get together. So like this and this, that now this part of super mega region can't connect to this part of super mega region. So this is invalid. So actually, can this be, because this is not part of super mega, like this is invalid, just flat out. This cannot be. So this is not vertical. This is horizontal, which means super mega region will come out this way. This is the only way super mega region can get out of this section. So once it has to get here, this has to be part of it. But again, I don't know if it comes from here or from here. I don't know if it takes that or not. This part of super mega region does have to get out, so it's gonna have to come down. So this is a region. This will be part of, so this one can't go out, so this comes down. So super mega region is coming through here, and all of this is super mega region. This cannot go down because then this part can't get out. So this has to come down. As soon as we have that, this connects. This comes out. We can connect those together. Which one of, well, any of, okay, what about this? That's a problem. This is going to prevent this portion connecting to this portion. So super mega region does have to come down. As soon as that happens, this is forced. This is forced. So super mega region takes all of this. So that's forced. This has to connect to something, so that super mega region comes up, takes all of this and connects there. This is forced. All right, and then this is our last. Let's get that a color. And super mega region is full intact. I like it. I like super mega region. All right, let's go to a level difficulty 5. Level difficulty 5. We have rose windows, we have Gemini, and we have deltas. Oh, this is so beautiful. I don't comment enough about just how beautiful of a game this is. On multiple levels, the logic is beautiful, but the artwork is beautiful. Just the shape of the puzzles, and the amount, like, there's so much symmetry, and then we just have subtle breaks of the symmetry, and these subtle breaks are going to force so many good things to happen. But anyways, we could wax poetic about that forever. Maybe I should. I'm going to start up here. This does have to grow. These have to come together, so we have a minimum of a 2. However, because we know these are different, it doesn't really help us a whole lot. But this has to be the same. The same. So I mean, that's the simple case. Okay, they're mirrored across, but I don't know if that's... Maybe that's not the best place to start. We have 4 regions in the center. We have 4 regions in each of the corresponding. Here's an interesting pattern. It's a Gemini, so the regions across these borders are the same, but they're not the same. Like, it's not just like 4 squares here, right? Because that's invalid. So it's not like we're just repeating. And I think we can make it very clear. Like, if I start in here, these are all different regions. This square has to take one of these 2 circles. There's exactly 4 regions, and I think each of these regions is going to have to touch a different I think that's going to be kind of the point of this. This guy has to take one of these. Just going to go around, just do some... separation. I mean, I'm kind of just glancing all over the place. I'm not really applying the logic here, just to kind of get an understanding of what all's happening. There's just a lot moving. There's a lot going on in this puzzle. Down here, this has to grow. It does have to have a square. It has to have this square at a minimum. This has to grow. It also has to have a square. So it has to grow here. Now, these are not this. These right now are the same. They can't be the same. So one of these needs to grow one more at least. If this one grows one more, this is orphaned. So this is all this can be. This one cannot be the same. It's a delta. It must grow. It can only grow one more. It cannot take that one. So it's going to be a T. This has to take at least that. These are going to be the same. This one needs this one. So now the question is, does it go here? And that orphans that. So it goes here, and then this is here. This is just a long shape. So we have a T coming out. So that T is either going to be like this or like this. Either way, these two get connected. I don't know. I don't think I can make much more out of that. I kind of like it being at the bottom here, but that's just me kind of forcing stuff. Let's go down here and look at this side. This has to grow. And these are the same. Now, this is going to need a blue. Well, it has to be this blue. If it wasn't, I mean, this blue has to grow. This has to grow. There. So that's that. So now the shape, these are the same. These are geometry. So it's either this or this. Either way, these are together. This shape must grow. It needs a blue. Interesting. I was going to say, well, it has to be this blue, but why? Well, let's talk about it. First of all, it can't be this blue, this square, right? Because now this one's orphaned. So this one could be, it's either take this, or it actually could take this. That is valid. And then this grows until you see what it does down here. It creates a Gemini breakage. We have a contradiction. So this one taking there is problematic. So it does go here. This does go here. Now, it doesn't mean that this can't go up. But what this does mean, these do go together. But I don't know which one takes this. That's going to be disambiguated from up here. So this is the same. Can this be an S? Answer is quite easily. Next question, can this be a P? Also, fairly easily, if this was the only information we had. But we have a problem down here because this one is going to be orphaned if we do that. And it doesn't matter which shape I do the P. We orphan this because this has to be a T, right, to match this. And then as soon as I take this one, I can't make a T going this way. And I can't make this a P because that'll take two. So going back to the S feels right here. it can't be that kind of an S because that's... Yeah, I feel like this is geometrically forced that this does need to be an S in that direction. And this is going to force this to be the T. And this comes up. All right, so this is at least that. This is at least that. All right, if this is a corner, then you could do that, and that takes a piece. We can make both of them longer. There's no problem there. I can also make it a corner that way. I can also make it... that's a problem if I make that a corner. Let me do something else here. This needs a circle. Which circle does it take? It can't take this circle. Because then that orphans... This guy can't connect to a circle. It also can't take that circle because it breaks that off. It could take this circle, but not like this. Because this would create... This has to be at least a corner. Could it somehow take this one? And the Gemini here creates a huge problem for it if it does. Because how in the world do I recreate this any kind of shape that... This is such a long shape. There's no way I can fit a similar shape inside that. So this one does have to take this one. But it can't corner this one off. So it's going to have to do like a soup. So again, these are together now. These are together and these are together. This has to grow. This has to have at least a corner in it. And then this comes around like this. And that creates a problem here. Because we have the Gemini. And these do have to connect. This has to grow. This feels so constrained. This has to grow. It needs a circle. It can't use that circle. It can't use that circle. Is there any way it can use this circle? I just don't see it. So it has to use that circle. But this shape is messed up now. Oh, no. Hold on. Okay. I was doing that. This is the Gemini. This is not... It's the Gemini's this direction. All right. This makes it a whole lot easier, I think. Now, I think we still have the same problem. Where does this one get its circle? I want to stick with this. It still can't be this one. It still can't be this one. It is this one, which means this is going to be the same shape as this. Like that. And then this is going to be some super long shape. like this to match that. These are the same. These are the same. And as soon as I have to do something like that, and I have to do something like that, and I have to connect, it's going to be like that. So yeah, so my logic problem was I was thinking the Gemini was between these two is this one. Once I had I was looking at the puzzle correctly, the solution became apparent. All right, I think we have time for at least one more. We are doing some of the harder puzzles here, which we enjoy. Oh, this looks good. We have rose windows. We have Gemini. We have Delta. All right. Look at, oh, I love the beauty of this. So we have circles, triangles, and squares. So 3 of each. And we've got to connect them together. So I'm just going to go around and separate shapes that cannot be in the same region, just to get ourselves some visual clues as to what is and isn't possible. Okay. Did I get all of the ones? We might find some more, but that's okay. So let's look at how this is going to grow. This has to grow. This has to grow. This has to grow. This still can't go over. It has to grow. This has to grow. It's going to take that triangle. This will grow. That takes this triangle. We now have a Gemini here. This has to grow. And I can see that it could grow one more. And it can't grow anymore. But no, then it has to grow up. And it has to take this blue at a minimum to make the shape. But it could take one more. It could take one more. This is going to have to come up. It is going to be, now this is going to take, this has to keep growing. So that's a minimum of what it takes. This is a different region, so it grows. This grows. Could this grow to a Z? Well, let's not ask that question. This needs a circle. It has to take a circle either here or here at a minimum. It could take it from up here. Either way, it's going to be it's not going to be a tetronymo. It's not going to be a length 4. It's going to be a length 5, which means this will have to also be at least a length 5. So this does have to grow. It can't grow into there, which now puts a lot of pressure on this. This does have to grow out. It has to grow out. We already are at a Z shape. So if I go down, I create a U shape. We're never going to be able to resolve this. Even if I keep growing this, this could grow at most 2 more. And no matter what it is, it's not going to take that shape. So this will go that. Now they both could. No, they can't. If this grew here, I would need to be able to grow one of these. I can't. So I think that these regions are done. They can't grow anymore, and they are complete. Let's go over here. This has to grow. This has to grow. This has to grow. It has to continue to grow, and it can grow no longer. So that is an L tetronymo that will be over here, which looks like this is either going to have to be something like this or like that. Either way, I can't grow like this. So I need a circle. These are going to have to go together, and one of these 2 squares join it. Don't know which one. Let's do some grow. This has to take this one, but this can't stop, so it keeps growing. This keeps growing. This has to grow. This has to grow. It takes this one. This has to grow. 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 This is a different region. It has to grow. This has to grow. This grows. This grows. And then it grows. And it may be done. It's a V right now. But this one is not done. It still needs a triangle. So it's down to here. This one needs to keep growing. It does not have to grow anymore, but this one still needs to grow. So this one can't grow anymore. And this is not going to be the same shape. This one needs to keep growing. So look at this. If I did that, that violates it. Isn't that interesting? You would never think, okay, this is a weird shape. Do I really have to take that in consideration? The answer is yes. This has to grow. It needs a square. It can't take that square, because if it takes this square, it can't grow anymore, and then it's stuck with that same shape. So it has to grow down this direction. It could still grow some more. We're not going to box it off, but this one is going to need to grow. It's going to box off. That doesn't take that one. That's going to force this to take this. This needs to continue to grow. And it's going to have to take one of these triangles. But this triangle can't go up, so it is going to take this triangle. This one cannot grow anymore. That is done. This now needs... This is going to have to connect. We do know this shape is done now. Oh, no, they can't be done. It can't. Oh, hold on a second. Hold on a second. This whole... How much logic have I been using on this? I was saying these were the same shape. They're not the same shape. It does need a circle. And this was the only way it can get a circle. It can't get out to get a circle, because it can't get through a triangle. It does need a square. And it can't take this square, because this square would be orphaned. So it will take this square. It has to keep growing, so it has to become a P. That's fine. All right. So I had some bad logic here, but it was not. I did not use that logic anywhere else up here. So we caught it, got it cleared up. Okay. Is this V the final shape? And the answer is no. Let's look at. We're going to do the growth from here, and I think it's going to show us what shape goes over here. Because this has to grow. This is not this shape. It has to grow. This has to grow. This has to grow. It has to go this way. Got to avoid that one. This has to keep going. This could go down, but this comes out. This comes out, and it's going to take this one, and it's going to take this one. And it's now a supersized L, which means this one will have to grow. They are the same. And this can't make like a J, because this one can't make a J. So these are both done. This keeps growing. This keeps growing. It either is going to take these two, or it's going to take this one and one of these two. Don't know. But I'm imagining this is going to be our disambiguator. This needs to keep growing. This green triangle, it can't take that one, so it comes down. It could take here. But is this going to be the one that causes us the problems? Something like that. Because it could also come down and take here. I'm just going to stop it right here. I know it takes at least this. This is a different region, and it must grow. And it must continue to grow. This now has to grow, and it has to connect to this region, and it needs to continue to grow. This needs to continue to grow, continue to grow, continue to grow, continue to grow. It's now complete. This one does not have to grow anymore, but this one still does. This one still does. Still growing, still growing. Now this one does have to take that. That is complete. So this will take this and this, and that is not complete because that violates the delta. So it has to take one more at least, and it cannot grow anymore. It is done. This one needs to grow, and then it can't grow anymore. This looks like a simple, that's all it can be. It's done. This needs to grow up here. It takes that. It is done. This needs a square. It cannot take a circle. It takes there. It is done. Oh, it's coming together, folks. It is coming together. That's been resolved. That's been resolved. We're down here. Let's grow this guy. This has to be a new region. It's not part of this. It doesn't take that. It keeps growing. And this keeps growing, and oh my goodness, this shape and this shape have to be the same. So I'm guessing this, okay, this is a 4 length, so that's the 4 length, and it has to grow down 2, over 3, down 1, and that's the region. Wow. And then this one takes there. That's cool to get these weird shapes just forced into here. I like it. All right, this does not go there. So this is a new region. It has to grow. It has to grow. It doesn't go up, so it comes here. This region has to grow, has to grow. I don't know who's going to take this, but these regions are the same. So this does have to grow. They are the same, and neither one of these can grow anymore without the other ones. And so all the rest just have to go into their respective regions. And that's a difficulty 5 completed. Folks, it's a good place for us to stop. We will pick up again, working through trying to turn this gold. We're just a couple puzzles away from making this gold. Hope to see you next time. Like and subscribe, all of that. It's good jazz. Leave a comment telling me what you're enjoying, what you'd like to see different. It will be a while before I see it. I'm recording these games way into the future, but I will read the comments. I will comment on them, but don't be surprised if you give me feedback and it doesn't make it into the game for quite a while. But thank you everyone so much for the support. See you next time. Bye-bye.